What's good in our Empire family? It's been a long time since y'all done seen me and since I done been on camera and all of that. It has been a rough couple years, okay? This year, which is 2020, has just been terrible, exhausting, just so much going on. We have this coronavirus that's going on right now that's been going on since what, April, May, around up in there somewhere, March, even probably even longer than that, who knows. But it has been killing a lot of people. A lot of people has passed away. It's just it's just undescribable of how many people done passed away from this virus. There's no cure. Everybody is going crazy. People is quarantined. States is shut down. A lot of more states is actually open back up now. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, as y'all know. Um, our state is pretty much open. Um, the bars are closed, clubs closed, some pools, certain things like that. Some casinos closed still. But yeah, that's just the life we living in 2020 right now, y'all. It is just, it's depressing. It's just so much. It is, I don't even know. I don't even have words. Now, y'all remember last that y'all seen us on camera that we was staying in the house, the big house. We moved, so we don't live there no more. Um, from last year to this year, it has been terrible. It has been a lot that's transpired. I'm trying not to cry on camera, y'all, but it's just hard. So, for y'all that do watch my channel, and y'all know, and y'all have seen my husband on my channel, Antoine. He rarely liked to show his face, but he showed his face a couple times when we was going to his doctor's appointments, things of that nature. But last month, July 11th, at 9:55 a.m., my husband died. He passed away from a heart attack. He passed away at home. The ambulance came. They tried to resuscitate him, but they couldn't. It has been very emotional, very trying. I felt like I lost so much of myself after losing him. I mean, I lost a big part of my heart. My heart is shattered, like it's in pieces. It's gonna be a long time before I piece my heart back together. For y'all that don't know, I was with this man since I was 17 years old. I'm 35. We was together for 19 years. It's like the only man that I ever loved. And it hurt. It hurt really, really bad. I hate crying. I've been crying since the 11th of July. I feel so alone. It's just terrible. I mean, for you to lose somebody that you basically done dedicated your life to for 19, 20 years, that shit just don't go away. Not that easily. Mm-mm. We had a funeral July 28th. It was tough, but I made sure that he got the burial that he wanted. He wanted to be buried. I made sure he was buried next to his daddy. It was a beautiful funeral. I never thought that my life I would have to rewrite like my whole story over again. I never thought that our story would end so quick. He was only 39 years old. He was about to be 40 September the 14th. He didn't even make it to his 40th birthday. And as y'all know, he was battling with health issues. I mean, his most issue that he was battling with was congestive heart failure. Yeah, as y'all know from the videos, he had that lipoma on his leg, on his right side of the leg, attached to his thigh. He had been in and out the hospital since last year around September, November. This year, January the 7th, he was admitted into the hospital for fluid overload. He had fluid on his lungs and it was overloaded. It was so much fluid. So they had to admit him to drain it. And by draining it, they just basically give you Lasix, which is like a water pill that make you pee. But they was giving it to him through the IV. So he had peed off. But it wasn't working as fast as enough, and it wasn't working as good. And then they usually put a mask on your face to help push the fluid out of your body. But that wasn't working. So they had to talk about the decision of intubation. So they had to intubate him. So then that way they can get as much fluid off of him as possible because his lungs was overloaded with fluid at the time. So he didn't want to do it. He did not want to get intubated whatsoever. He was just thinking about when my dad had got intubated, and it went downhill from there. Just wasn't good. But he needed it. He was strong. My dad was older. My dad was 89 years old, so you know, an older body, weaker body. But we talked about it. He did it, and yeah, I was off work from the time when he first went to the hospital on January the 7th. Okay, like family, family comes first. All of that. You got to take care of your family. You got to take care of your loved ones. You have to. You have to. Everything comes over that. Okay. And I'm not afraid to say that whatsoever. But he got intubated. We talked about it. He made the decision that he wanted to, and he wanted to see what I think. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. If this is going to save you, let's do it. So I called off work. I was there day in, day night. I did not go home. This when the virus was not going around. I stayed at the hospital. I did not leave. I wasn't eating. I was watching him like a hawk, y'all. I was watching the machines. I was making sure he was breathing. I was making sure his numbers was okay. I was on it like clockwork, y'all. I did not sleep at night. Okay. I wanted to make sure he was okay. I got up in the middle of the night holding his hand, talking to him because he was sedated. Okay. He wasn't awake. He was like in a slight induced coma. So I'm talking to him through the night, making sure he know that I'm here and, I love him and he was going to get through this. He was going to beat it. As long as I was there, he was going to beat it. His mom came to the hospital all the time. We was just there. We was really there. Okay. We was not leaving him by himself. I mean, no. Mm-mm. We wasn't leaving him at the hospital by himself. Mm-mm. So, yeah, he wasn't even expected to even make it out of that. The hospital seemed like they was stunned and shocked that he pulled through. He was going to pull through. He was a fighter. He was strong, very strong. Okay, he did not give up easily at all. He didn't give up at all. Okay, if you know him like we know him, you know that he would not give up. Period. Okay. So we fast forward all of that, and y'all, he is sedated while the Super Bowl is going on. His Chiefs is in the Super Bowl. I got the TV up loud as ever. Y'all, there's this one nurse that was in there. I told this lady that the Kansas City Chiefs was his favorite team, right? She thought I said that he played for the Kansas City Chiefs. I was like, girl, no, I did not say that. But she took it, she ran with it. She told all the nurses. So, hey, I just let her have a little fun. You feel me? Gave him his little credit while he was in the hospital. Give him some special treatment. How about that? But, oh man. When they first took that tube out his mouth, out his throat, that was the best day of our lives. I swear to God it was. To tell him to breathe, to breathe. It was the best feeling in the world. And when he was breathing, he was, oh my God, he was doing it, y'all. He had been intubated for 11 days. 11 days. This man, he had went through so much. Y'all, he had to learn how to walk again. Okay? He had to learn how to walk again. He couldn't walk because he was intubated. His body wasn't moving while he was intubated. So, mind y'all this, okay? If your body just laying there in a sleep state, in a induced coma, you get weak. Your body get weak. Your bones get weak. All of this stuff get weak. Okay? I didn't expect for him to basically kind of lose all mobility but he did. So from the hospital, he got transferred over to a rehabilitation place. So then that way they can help him build his strength, help him walk, all that type of stuff. And I stayed with him over there. I wasn't leaving his side, y'all. I wasn't doing it. I didn't care. So we went over there. Y'all, this man, I swear to God, I love him to death. I really do. I love him so much. I swear, don't nobody understand how much love I got for him, you know? Like, y'all, he pushed and he pushed and he pushed. He was so tired. Just seeing how tired his body was and how tired he was. But he pushed. He pushed to build his strength, to work with the people during the physical therapy. He pushed so hard, and he did it. He did it. When he got out the rehabilitation place, y'all, he was walking on his own. He didn't need the assistant stuff that he had, really. You know, he had a wheelchair, he had a walker, oxygen, all that stuff. This man was too strong. He was so strong. He didn't want to feel like he was dependent on it. Okay? And he did so good. And I was there the whole time, stuck through it. So, we was at home. He came home like in March. I think it was March. It's like March the 13th or something like that. We was home doing good. I went back to work afterwards. Everything was good. Mind y'all this though. While he was in the hospital around that time, my mama had a second stroke. So they was in the hospital around the same time. I had to go from hospital to hospital because my mama was way on the other side of town out here in Vegas, and he was on the other side of town where we lived at. So I had to go from hospital to hospital. But I did it. You know, I made sure I showed my face. I made sure I was there. You know, I did. My mama was good. My brother, my little brother, he took in. He was there with my mom. I was there with Antoine, my husband. So, they both came home. They was doing good. That was about March, April. Y'all, he went back to the hospital in May. Same thing, fluid overload. And I hate the simple fact that he had to go through that. Like, nobody understand what that man had to go through. Okay? They didn't see. I felt so bad, but I tried so hard to do everything that I could to help him. I tried. But when you're dealing with congestive heart failure and fluid, it's like the fluid just never stops. And I'm like, good Jesus, like they just drained so much off of him. Yeah, he had lost so much weight because it wasn't even weight. It was just water. He lost so much, okay? And he was feeling so good. He loved it, okay? He loved the fact that he had lost so much weight. Okay. He loved it to the point where he was like, "Oh, I'm skinny again." I was like, "Yeah, you is." But hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm big, y'all. Just have to blow my nose. But yeah, he loved the fact that he had lost so much weight. And I know he wasn't. His size wasn't his size. It was just basically water. Water weight. But he was doing good at home, y'all. Around that time. But he went back to the hospital on May 26th. I had to call off work again. Family calls, okay? This time around, y'all, the same thing, the fluid overload. But it wasn't as bad, okay? They wasn't talking about intubating him or nothing like that. So they just basically used the mask thing to kind of get the fluid off. But they was putting him asleep, like, and this time, y'all, around like this quarantine is going on, this pandemic, this virus, all this stuff is going on. So mind you, this first time I stayed at the hospital day in day and night. I can't do it this time. This time they got visiting hours. You gotta leave at like 8 o'clock. It's just too many rules because of the virus. So I was there. His mother was there too. You know, basically just making sure he was okay. And I hate the fact that you cannot be with your loved ones when this virus is going on. Like, what? Shit is so stupid, It really is. But we was going back and forth to the hospital to see him. And y'all, this time around, it's a little bit different. Because he was like, they was putting him to sleep, but I didn't understand why. Maybe they was putting him to sleep so then that way he wouldn't do so much coughing. It'd be too much on his heart. I don't know. I really can't even tell you. But going back and forth to the hospital and calling him. And y'all, sometimes when I call him on the phone, he sounds so loopy. And I was like, why do he sound like that? Why do he sound so loopy? And I'm asking the nurses, like, why do he sound like that? And they telling me, like, what do he sound like? First of all, he sound like he druggy. Okay, he sound like he drugged up. He sound loopy. Like, why do he sound like this? He do not talk like that. Like, what's the problem here? Like, you're not giving him pain medicine because he's not in pain, right? No. Okay, so why do he sound like this? Oh, it can be some of the effects that some of the medicine that he was sedated under, it might be still in his system. Okay, after a few days, no. And him talking like that all the time, no. So is he dehydrated? Do he got a UTI? Are you guys giving him too much pills? Like, what is the problem here? I don't get it, Like, but we can't be there as much as we could. So, we don't know what the fuck they in there doing to your peoples. Like, we don't. And I'm not saying that any doctors or nurses and all this stuff is out there like that. If you're watching this, nothing to you, but it's just the point about it. When you cannot be there with your family member like you want to, you cannot have all eyes and see exactly what they in there doing. Like, you don't know what the hell they in there doing to your peoples. Like, you freaking don't know. And he calling me on the phone telling me stuff like, just talking out of pocket. Just saying, like, you don't know what they in here doing. Like, what they in here doing? What? Why are you talking like that? Like, y'all, it frustrates me so much. But y'all, this has been a horrible year. To lose that man, I feel like I lost my life. He was my life. Just waking up to him, basically, on the edge of this bed, shaking and gasping for breath. I'll never get that image out of my head. Never. That image, I see that image every day while I'm in this apartment. Every day. I see it. And it's dramatizing. It really is. I mean, I wish I could talk to him. Just one last time. I wish I could hug him. I wish I could kiss him one last time. But I can't. So, y'all, after losing him, it seems like everything play all over again. A couple days after the 11th, after my mama's birthday, her birthday is on the 12th. We were supposed to go out and eat and enjoy her birthday. Me, Antoine, all of us was talking about that. About going to go have fun for her birthday. We didn't get to. I think it was on July the 13th. My mama ended up having one of her seizures. Y'all, it was like I was replaying that whole moment again. Just seeing her, and she was just so out of it. She wasn't responding. It was just me and my brother here. I had to call 911 for her too. And oh my God, it was just terrible. So they took my mama to the hospital. Y'all, it was like 2-something in the morning. I waited until like 3, so then that way they could make sure that they had her prep, and then I could just go straight back. Didn't have to wait. We got up to the hospital, y'all. They said that she was okay. They said she had a seizure, which is already new. Said that her blood pressure was low, but they had regulated. They gave her some water and regulated it through the IV. Then the nurse, she was like, honey, you should go home. There's nothing that you could do. She said, we're going to just take an MRI and a CAT scan, and we're going to be doing that like in the next hour or so. So, y'all, it's like 5 in the morning now, 5, 6. I go home. I haven't slept in like 2 days, y'all, because my husband just passed. I haven't slept. I'm exhausted. So I go home. I get on the phone with my sister. We talk for like about an hour. And then I fall asleep. Y'all, like an hour later, it was like 8-something in the morning. The doctor called saying that they did the MRI, CAT scan, whoop-de-woo this. They gotta do emergency surgery on my mama. I'm like, huh? I thought y'all just said she was fine. No, we gotta do emergency surgery. Said that my mama had a tear in her aorta. She had a tear from her aorta all the way up to her preliminary. So I told the doc, I said, you know what, doc, I cannot even give you consent right now. I know you got to do emergency surgery. Call my sister. Call my sister right now. She's in Arizona. She'll pick up. Gave her my sister number. Doctor said, tell her I'm supposed to call her in 5 minutes. I said, okay. He called my sister on the phone, talked to her. She gave him consent to do it because he told her that it was one or the two. If we don't do the surgery, she's going to die. If we do the surgery, it's a 50-50 chance that she'll make it. So y'all, what do? We have to do emergency surgery. It ain't no choice. We got to save my mama, right? So they do emergency surgery. Y'all mind y'all, this surgery was going to take 7 hours long. 7 hours. And when the doctor did the surgery, we couldn't even go to the hospital, y'all. I went up to the hospital, me and my brother, my little brother. I tried to see her before she went back, y'all. They would not let me see her. They would not let me even go back. I just wanted to go back just to hug her, just to tell her everything was going to be okay. You know, I was here. You know, I couldn't even do that. I started crying in the waiting room. The nurse that was at the desk was the same nurse that took us back when my husband died. I told her, I said, I just went through this like a couple days ago. And she said, I know I remember you. I was like, yeah. I said, my husband just died 2 days ago here. So, y'all, we went. We had to leave. She hugged me. She told me that she was sorry I was going through all of this. But we left. And we just waited. We waited for them to call, let us know how the surgery went. We had to wait. My sister was getting on a plane from Arizona to come out here to Las Vegas. My brother was getting on the road to come out here. My big brother Herbert, he was on his way out here to Las Vegas with his kids. We was all for it. My cousin, he was coming. Like, we was here. That's family, you know. So she made it through the surgery, y'all. She did. Excellent, the doctor said. He said the tear was so big. So big. She had a big tear. So big that he don't even understand how she even made it. He don't know. But you know what? My mama is a strong woman. She's a strong woman. She done been through a whole lot in her lifetime. She done had 2 strokes, y'all. Then on top of that, she done had this incident that done happen. It's a lot. She recovering now. She at home. She recovering. She doing so good. She is. And I thank God for everything. And I'm going to wrap this up a little bit because I know this video is going to be super long. But, I mean, I just had to let y'all know where I've been. What's been going on. It's been a lot. I got a couple videos that I'm going to upload soon. A couple stories I'm going to tell y'all of what happened, why I haven't been uploading. So, it's a reason to everything. But, I mean, I do thank y'all for watching this video. And just keep me and my family in your prayers. And y'all, I'm gonna be back on here now. I don't know. I'm gonna try to be the same as I was. I don't know. You understand? I don't know what kind of cards it might deal me. I don't know. You know me? I really don't know. But after losing the most important thing close to me or in my heart right now, it's very traumatic. Okay. I mean, I cry down there every night. I don't like crying, period. I don't. But this this one, it hit different. It hit real different. And I'm gonna miss him. I miss him a lot. All I do is think about him, you know. But I'm gonna be back with some more videos. So just make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share if y'all want. And stay tuned till I come back. All right.